Game number 2 in this best of 3. Let me mark it up on the board because B got an easy peasy point in that first game, and I'm wondering if it's going to happen again. Ezra's doing something funky. We are on a water map, good old Baltic, and he's picked the French. Meanwhile, B, something a bit more sensible here, the Chinese, and this spawn is outrageous. There are matchups where this type of spawn is cursed because if you lose water and you feel like you could, you're going to lose your access on land. But considering China should feel favored on water here, having gold next to the coast is a good thing against French because it means French knights won't be able to dive in and get easy kills. And that was hilarious, the triple kill. We're on 2 times speed for the other game here just because they're setting up boats to begin with. But there are some cool perks behind playing French on water. One of the really big ones here is this. They don't have your standard Springle ships, they have Warcogs. Warcogs cost less food, 75 food, as opposed to the standard 110. So that's a 35 food saving per boat, about 10% discount overall. Add in the fact that on a map like Baltic, there's a lot of land access, and you could just turn this into a raid, because the logic now is, you know, if you think about the cost of the Springle ships being lower by 35, that means every 5th Springle, you've got enough food to then go and build a knight. So, entering the Age 2, Imperial Academy is already on the way. Keep in mind, if he feels threatened here, by the way, he only needs to drop a Barbican. He also can very safely wall between the tree here, the stone, and the second tree line to minimize the angle of approach to just north side for Ezra. So, a little bit tough from that spawn. I think B definitely got a very good one for a defensive position. And you see he's already gathering a lot of gold up. So, first spring already on the way. Ez does have the production advantage for military, but B's up to something here. It's the fishing, right? Yeah, I'm just noticing this. Everything is piled onto one of these deep water stacks. Meanwhile, B is spreading wide. So it means that if you hit one location, his whole eco doesn't go idle. On top of that, these are never going to exhaust. Meanwhile, on Ezra's side, the first deep water fish has already been drained. Cool thing about the way that B just done this as well is if you attack one stack, there's enough there to garrison in the nearby dock. The others stay active, right? Whereas if, for example, an attack comes in here from B, that's 11 fishing boats that are just going to stop working. And only 3 of them will be safe. So Ez, I got to give it to him, actually. I'm quite impressed by the numbers. He's got Knight out. He's got the military advantage on the sea. Triple Springled ship versus only 1 so far from B. Did B go for eco? Yeah. There is a slight difference there, right? French pay less to get into these techs than other civs. But the interesting thing, like the sidestep for B and why he maybe seems a bit weaker is the Imperial Academy. He should be building into these taxmen, which is initially taxing himself. Knight. I'm bringing a blood tax through. Villagers not able to get the body block. It did force more of a dive, so heavy damage in on the knight, and we now see the reaction of B going into the spearman. I gotta say, this is actually looking really clean from Ezra so far. I'm impressed. China versus French, I'd feel like China just runs away with the game. But right now, it's actually Ezra that looks like he's in a more dominant position. If you can get a good connect with a demo and follow up with like a clean onto 2 war junks here, there's an opportunity to idle everything. For dock now being added in, so B is trying to escalate. This is the real test, right? Like, so far it's been the clean opening execution. I loved it from Ezra. Now it's a battle of micro. And B, definitely no pushover when it comes to that element of play. Ezra, an unknown quantity to, I think, the majority of the community. For those who don't know, Ezra is an upcoming player. I think he's only a kid. I think he's like 16 years old, if I'm not mistaken. But he is currently ranked, where is he at? 420 in the world, which is pretty damn impressive for a kid. I think he's been as close as like top 200 before. Yeah, 289 in Season 7. And this is impressive, by the way, folks, because Season 1, 15 games played, Gold 2. Season 2, Plat 2, with almost 200 games played. So this guy has been a grinder, man. He's worked his way up from the bottom. He's one of us. One of us. What? Not one of these elitist StarCraft players that just come in and kill everyone. speaking of those particular players. Nice concave from B. Just trying to punish Ezra for deep diving there. Military advantage is still being held, though. You're seeing the effect of these warcogs being just a little bit cheaper. That one knight. Almost dead now, but always a worrisome fact that B has to keep an eye out for. Demo. Ez, he's in! Big hit if he cleans up the fishing. Sinks 2. Nicely done, Ezra. A lofty military advantage now. I don't think B was expecting this. Like, the first game, B probably just got out of that one, and obviously it's not going to say, oh, this opponent's not worth my time. It's not going to say, oh, yeah, he's a pushover, but he probably feels like what Ezra's doing is a little bit too standardized. And feeling confident about his micro, he probably felt that considering how this one's meant to play on paper, it should be cruise mode, but Ezra applying an insane amount of pressure right now. Small ships are going to engage demos. Trying to dive in the body blocks there. The archer ship reaction just in time with the demos. B, he turned around at the last millisecond there to dodge the detonation. Tail end of the fight, though, it is still a double up. Spring count at 10 for Ezra. Only 5 for B. 1-0, we've got a game. B in a bit of a pickle as well. He's going to have to fall back to shoreline fishing at this rate. Either that or creep additional docks up and down the coast. Pivots the ships away from this. New wave of galleys have arrived, so demo ship pumps shouldn't be effective for B. Keep in mind the one issue for Ezra is the longer he stays here without cleanly winning, the better it gets for B because he's healing, Ezra is not. So look at those health bars. That damage is a lot more permanent from this position. Nice snipe on the galleys as well. Just try and remove that threat to the demo pump. B goes up 2 more. Good micro away. Not able to get the one off the true front side, but shifts back the injured backline. And only 1 galley here, folks. So if the timing is right, B will be able to shove this away. Love the fact he's kind of expanding wide, looking for that concave. Try and come at him from 2 different angles. Nice snipe. Ezra just about has enough to immediately get that snipe down before they get in range. That's the nice thing once you get double-digit springolds here. Another crazy thing is you have to remember that the French on land gradually beats China in this matchup because you're not getting Song. So you're not getting the 15-second production speed, but French are producing every 17 seconds. That's why you're seeing this eco lead inflate. It's not just about the fishing boats, because that's only a 2 difference. It's the villages. 48 to 37. Some of that is definitely down to the Knights' raids. Super effective. I think he was able to find 2 or 3 villager kills. But a lot of that has simply just come down to the fact that he's producing more. I wonder if Ezra does eventually just re-dive with this guy. The woodline is eventually going to come here, and then it's a bit of a jackpot. It pretty much is a gift walking towards you. He has begun to gap close the difference in spring count. I'm wondering, do we just see maybe Ezra go for like a 4 or 5 demo pump play? Because B is not really respecting that risk right now. He only has 1 archer ship in total. And something I love on Baltic, I've seen a lot of players do at the highest level. There's just enough width on this pond, and the nerf to fishing boats was good enough. You're seeing it from B now. You can run around on the flank, and it's hard to get scouted early. Unfortunately for him, the fishing boats were in position here. Oh, wow. Actually, a waste from B. He doesn't pull away. So 3 demos just burned for nothing in return. And that was meant to be his 1-2 punch there. So Ezra, perfect read. And now it's his turn. 4 demos in play. 5th one on the way. This is usually where a mistake happens, right? When the armies get this big, demos become more impactful because although in small numbers you can snipe the demos out, when it's a wave of 4 or 5 coming, microing all of this blob away feels impossible, and B is pinned! Good hit! The follow-up wasn't there, though. B now trying to go for a return fire, but Ezra able to micro away from it. It's a 16-7 Springald lead. Ezra wants that game 3. And he could sense it. Not just that, but the Knights on land We've got a march, and it's not just the knights. Ezra actually set up a small group of archers. So B now at risk on his tree line. Oh my god, what is happening in this game? Ezra, it's just a simple A-click for him, right? Like, you know, it's archers against spears, so realistically he should be fine, but B, a quick reaction in his tables means he has the answer. We'll be able to mop up the attack. And Ezra A-clicking is now going to regret that. Still an eco lead building. B, just trying to mass more demos to contest. I'm wondering now, with just a few horsemen, could we see B going for a counteroffensive on land? Would make sense. Ezra is about to shift everything north side. If you hit this with a handful of horsemen, you idle all of his land economy. What a crazy game. When I loaded in, I wasn't expecting this. I wouldn't say B is like, you know, top 4 on water, but very talented, right? And Ezra, I've never been able to catch him on water games before. I think we've cast 1 or 2 of his ladder games on land. Looks capable enough as a player, but this is impressive. I don't think I've ever seen a French fleet that big. Bloody hell. I mean, usually the game is over and France has just been looking like a filler pick at this stage, right? B. It's going to look the posture again. Can it work this time? The fishing boats are just kind of griefing him, right? He's always seen coming, but this time it's from both sides. So he's trying to test just how much Ezra's paying attention to. Demos in the center do get blocked. North and south side coming in. The Spring ships. Not good enough here. The follow-up from the north, though. Hits him hard. Ezra, he turns around too quick. Heavy damage on the center of the fleet there. The counter demo play now. B, he's starting to claw his way back in. 13 to 10 Springolds. B is starting to sense and notice cracks in the armor. 5 will get queued up. Oh, I can't believe this. We talked about the sizing. When the armies get this big, it's hard to keep track of everything, and you're seeing it now. Ezra, one more slip up like this, and the game is going to be against him. Horseman raid, spears also now coming in. He needs more archers. The wood needs to be going into a demo pump. B starting to suffocate the map. The fishing has been brought down. Ezra dominating the water for what felt like a good 12 to 15 minutes, but now it's firing against him. Demo's reaching in, another good hit. 4 boats go down. Throw ships in return. B, not a quick move away there. Does lose 2. 4 demos compared to 2 here. So B just backs up a little bit, waits for the archer ships. Then counterattacks. This could be big, but a bit of a misstep there. 3 boats go down. Ezra, not done yet. 12 Springolds to 7. Spears and Horsemen should be trying to break in now. Archers are starting to be replaced on land. Ezra, he's getting distracted by this, actually. He's reacting, but as a result, he's not looking at his boats. This is tricky. This is like a classic one that we see like Vortex and Lucifron do so well on maps like Holy Island. Attack them on land, attack them at sea, right? They're going to react to one and not react to the other in time. All it takes is 2 seconds of delayed reaction for a demo ship hit to get deep. And that's what he's looking for. Villages also now being pulled. What? Ezra, no. This is not the way. The villagers have to shuffle away. He repairs the wall, but the A-click, overzealous there. Unnecessary losses, and all of a sudden that eco lead that Ezra had built has evaporated. 67 to 68 in this game. B. Now going for the mass demo pump. This is scary, guys. Only 2 archer ships, double-digit demos. We've seen this. It's a signature move for high-level players to end water. A move that we would have maybe expected out of Ezra, and he's now trying to mirror in kind. But the difference is this. This is still a looming threat that can poke in, and if he gets the timing right and Ezra looks, B will get a free hit. There's no alternative attack. There's no repeat from Ezra. His archers are massing, but they're not in position. Demos are going to start to approach here from multiple angles. Counterattack come through, but Ezra's a bit more directed. Demos. Oh, going to get the counter detonation here. Both wiped out, but B already queuing up 7 more. This is the power of China, the Imperial Academy. This extra gold is adding up in this game. Now, for the first time in a long time, B with a Springle ship lead. More Demos ferrying across, but Ezra has none coming through here. I think actually he may have ran out of gold. Yes, he's shifting south side. This gap may be all it takes. D. Another wave comes in. 2 by 2 they come. Don't know about Ezra. It's more like Noah's Ark right here. A retreat to the north side, putting him further out of position, and this is the pincher coming in now. Triple demo wallop to the front of the formation. And Ezra in a death spiral. That's it. That has to be game. Horseman scaling on land. B getting ready to finish him off in a different way. And there's just no archer ship solution anymore. Ezra does not have a counter to even one demo ship play anymore. Big hit, but not big enough. He needs another follow-up to counterattack this out. And the return sinker is good enough. So an admirable attempt by Ezra. So close to being able to slay the 3D clan member, but B able to show that the experience pays off. He navigates the sharky waters and comes out alive. Ezra, however, may not. Mass Horseman now scaling. Full water has been removed. Ezra has no fishing boats whatsoever. And on Baltic, that is a ginormous no-no. And I had a feeling that was what it was, as you can see the kind of panic when the land attack came in. Divided attention sets you into a little bit of a spiral here. What's the word I'm for? For a little bit of, not depression, anxiety. Words today. I think I'm speechless of that. Impressive from the kid to almost have B like that in game 2, but the expected victor will emerge.